Variables in computer programming are something that scare people sometimes because they have very long, complicated descriptions, and even on Scratch, they look scary at first because the blocks behave differently. However, they're really quite simple. If you click on the variables, you'll notice that straight away you've got my variable is there available. If you tick there, it becomes active and it will appear in the top corner. The best way to think of variables to get your head around them is that they're a score. So when something happens, the score can increase or change. So I'm going to have, looking at the blocks, there's one that says set my variable to 0 and change the variable by 1. So if I drag that block in here, then all I need to do is put an event on it. So an event that makes that happen is, let's see, when this sprite is clicked, it will change my variable by 1. So I've got my variable up at the top. It's currently on 0. Each time I click on the sprite, my variable is changing, so I can keep track of how many times I've clicked on him. The other blocks are within my variables. We've got set my variable to 0, so I could have as an event, I could have that when spacebar is clicked, my variable goes to 0. So there we go, hit spacebar, my variable has gone back to 0. So that's almost like a reset button. The other factors in there as well is that I can adjust my variable. I can have it changing by different numbers. So I can have it each time I click, it changes by 50. So there we go, my variable is flying up. I can also have a negative change as well. So I could have each time the sprite is clicked, the variable goes down by 1, so I could bring it down like that. That would be really effective for lives lost. If you hit a wall in a maze game or something like that, then the spacebar, rather than setting it to 0, could set it to 3. So I'm starting my game off, the variable set to 3. Each time I hit a wall or get clicked on, it knocks me down 1, and then eventually it could be game over. So I could have options when variable is 0, game over. Other one that scares people a little bit is that there's a button there saying make a variable. So we've got my variable, we can make a variable, and we can name it. So we could give it a name, we could call it score and save it there. And so now I've got 2 variables up at the top there now. And again, I could use the tick boxes to get rid of some of them. So again, get rid of that one. I'm now just left with my score. So I could change from my variable to score there. That is an introduction to variables.